Hello, everyone. Today, I want to talk to you about a concept that you may or may not have heard of. I know I was only exposed to it recently, and that's this concept of the glass cliff. So, a lot of us have heard as women about this concept of the glass ceiling, and the glass cliff is really, really closely related, but it's slightly different. So, just stay with me, and we're going to be talking about this and a little bit more. So, what does it mean? It means a lot of times what happens is women aren't put into positions of power, but they're not put into those positions until things are already off the rails. So a lot of times you might look at this as, hey, look, there's some women, they've been able to come forward, they've broken this glass ceiling. That's really a good thing. But these British philosophers were the first ones who looked at this, these psychologists, and what they saw is that when women were getting handed the position of power, that position of power was already, once the organization was been in a bad place. So it's like, hey, here's the car. Oh, guess what? The car is already on fire. So once this happens, and the next thing that happens is diversity as a shield, right? So they're looking at it and they're like, look, we put a woman in charge, a woman couldn't handle it. And so therefore now we need this cleanup crew. And guess who that cleanup crew is going to be? That's right. You guessed it, a white guy. So when you see these situations, this is going to be like what you see. And once you see this, you can't unsee it. You're going to look at different situations where women were put into power, think Brexit and what happened there. And you're going to be like, oh, I have seen this playbook before. This is not something new, but now you're going to have a name for it. And you're going to be like, that's not a glass ceiling. That's a glass cliff situation. So the glass ceiling, like I said, that's, when you hit the top. But what's a glass cliff? The glass cliff is when the woman takes the accountability. The woman is the one who gets pushed over the edge. Something kind of related to this that you might be thinking about is, think about the Epstein files. Is that right? All these different men are in it. Who's the only woman? And not the only woman, but predominant woman there. And there's Maxwell. Maxwell's in prison. Where are all these guys? Well, not in prison, right? So you can very much think about this. It's like, but look. And so this is what happens is women, and what I will say is minorities too, but welcome to the book horror universe. I'm focused on women, so that's what we're talking about for this. So women get appointed after the crisis begins, right? So once that fall is going to come. And so what I really focused on and what I wrote about was looking particularly at the White House right now. You see a lot of women who are in precarious positions, and do not think that that was not by design. If you're thinking administration is pro-woman, you are pretty much wrong, right? So when you are looking at Kristi Noem, you watched her testimony today. It was absolutely terrible. She is not doing great. Pam Bondi, people are out for her. Tulsi Gabbard, like, what's up with stealing all these voting machines from places? By the way, if you're not tracking the fact that they went and took voting machines from Puerto Rico, I did an article on that recently. I don't even know what's going on there, but if you think your voting is safe, it certainly is not. And so, who's the other one? I was looking at Department of Education. So lots of examples here. This administration is certainly not the only ones. I could have down the path of Patel, but I didn't want to. We all know our theories there, right? So what does this mean for you? It just means if you are a woman out there and you are being offered a significant leadership position and the place is already on fire, you really need to think, is this a glass ceiling position or is this a glass cliff position? And when you are seeing these things, you now have a name for it. It's going to make sense for you, and a little bit of sense making for the day. If you want to read more, please check us out, like, subscribe, and read our articles. And if there's anything in particular you're interested in, let me know in the comments, and we will be back next time.